Currently in the United States, we have an affordability crisis where millions and millions of Americans are struggling to keep up with car payments, keep up with their rent or their mortgage, pay utilities, and so on and so forth. And I've talked about this over the past several weeks, but one of the questions I continue to get is, how bad is this crisis? Why are we calling this an affordability crisis? Well, I want to show you something. This story right here from about a month ago, it says Americans grapple with affordability crisis. Hard for me just to survive. Well, in this is a CBS News poll. It says the feelings about personal finances these days. Percent saying feel a lot plus sometimes. 72% are concerned. 65% are stressed. 53% are secure. And 53% are content. Now, with that said, why would somebody say they're concerned? Well, it's because they know there's problems, they know there's issues, and as far as being stressed, well, they've experienced it before. They've went from concerned to stressed to absolutely freaking out. That's what we've seen. Now, in order to really understand this, okay, I wrote down a bunch of numbers. I want to go over some of these numbers with you. All right, and if you can, in the comment section below, do the same with me. Write down, what is your car payment? What is your rent or your mortgage? How much are you paying for utilities and maintenance on your house or your rental? Just different things like that. All right, let's go over this really quick. So I'm gonna write it all down. So the average car payment. Okay, let's go over this. Right now, the average car payment here in the United States for a new car is about $750 a month. Okay, that's just right now. A used car, you're looking at about $520 a month. So on average, we're just going to put $600 a month. This is for the car payment. All right, so let's put that $600 a month. Now, if you are paying less than that or more than that, put that down in the comment section below. Now, as far as the car maintenance, okay, the average car maintenance here in the United States, and this includes tires. This includes things like registration, if you need a new windshield wiper, things like that. On average, Jake, just on average for a car here in the United States, you're looking at about $100 a month, and you're probably thinking, that's excess. I don't spend that much. Well, how often do you buy new tires? The tires itself, let's say they last 3 years. In many cases, that you're looking about $20 a month just right there in tires. Okay? Then you got your registration. You factor all that in. You got windshield wipers. That's cleaning included, whether it's a car wash or you're doing an interior detail. So on average, about $100 a month. You may not realize it now, but it is there. So $100 a month. Okay. Now, we got insurance. The average car insurance here in the United States is about $150 a month. So let's factor that one in as well. Okay, you got car insurance, and that's $150 a month. Okay. Now, this is just your car. We also got fuel. For the average person, they spend, and again, it's interesting where this is at, but for things like fuel, you're probably, and again, some cars don't use fuel because they're electric, but for most people, they're spending about $50 to $100 a week. Okay, $50 to $100 a week. We'll put that at 75, so we'll say $300 a month right there, okay? Let's add that in. So right there, and this is just your car payment, car maintenance, car insurance, and fuel. Okay, this doesn't include anything else, right? So just the car cost itself, right there, you're looking at $600, $700, $850, $1150 in car costs. Okay, all right, that is just your car. Then you have your rent or your apartment. We're gonna keep this one a little bit more simple. The average median U.S. Home price here in the United States is about $440,000, something like that, $435,000. Okay, for a median house. That means that average house costs about what was that, $2,500. Okay, so we're gonna do home costs right there. All right, so right here, if we look at a mortgage, you're looking at about $2,500. Looking at rent right there, that one is probably about $2,100 a month, okay, for rent. We're going to throw in utilities, right? We need to understand what utilities cost. And again, follow along and let me know down in the comment section below how much your utilities are costing you. But for the average person, for utilities, okay, this is where things are interesting. You're looking at about $400 a month. Okay, it's about $350 to $400 a month. This includes electricity, gas, water, sewer, garbage. And then if you want to factor in things like internet and a phone, right? Internet right there is about $50 a month. So you're looking at about $400. We'll just put $400. $350 plus a $50 internet bill. So $400 right there. So we'll put that in. $400 a month for utilities. Now, if you have any type of streaming service, okay, I'm gonna put that in there as well, just because it is kind of a home cost. I'm just gonna put $25. Okay, let's say you have one. Okay, $25. No big deal. Okay, so that's your home cost. Now, the total on that one, let's go over that really quick. So we're just gonna pick one of the. Actually, go right in between. Let's go to $2,350. Okay, let's just go to actually $2,300. That's going to be your total. $2,300, just the average of these two right here. $2,300 plus $400, you're looking at $2,700 and $25 right there. $2,700 and $25. Perfect. So right there, those are your home costs. Now, obviously, I'm leaving out things. If you have a landscaper, you have someone that washes your windows, you have a maid or a housekeeper, right? Those are additional costs. Food, just to give you an idea. You're looking at about, for a single person, they spend about $500 a month. But for a family of 4, it's about $1,000. Okay? So we're just going to put on average $750 for food. All right, let's throw that in. That only includes eating out maybe once or twice a week. That's it. Eating out once or twice a week. Okay. So here's the other things. Things like medical, okay, or insurance. The average family pays about $300 a month. Okay, add that in. Student loan debt. The average person, okay, and again, this includes those that have student loan debt and those that don't, you're going to spend about $120 a month. Okay, I'm going to throw that in there because some do, some don't. If you don't have student loan debt, take it out. Okay, I'm not going to put in credit cards. I'm not going to put in a second car, a second home, a SUV, side by side, anything like that. Not going to do it. All right, here's the reason why. We are looking at all this stuff. Okay, all these different costs. The average person, okay, the average household, the median household in, I think, beginning of 2025 was about $95,000. Okay, if we take $95,000 and we get the total for per month, that's about, and this doesn't include taxes either, right? So if, let's do this, $100,000, okay, that the average median household income, $100,000. After you take out taxes, you're looking at about a gross, about $5,700, okay? So let's factor that in here, okay? Median income, $5,700. This is after taxes, okay? Then we take away all the costs. We take away the car. That's was $1,150 minus the housing. That is $2,725. Food, that is $750. And then we got medical. Medical is $300, and student. Actually, let's just get rid of student. We don't even need that. We don't need to talk about the $120. We'll leave that there. Okay, perfect. There it is. Now let's pull up the actual, pull up a calculator. I don't want to do this in my head. So here we go. Here's the calculator, a little big, but it'll work. There we go. So there's the calculator. We got total 5,700, subtract 1150 minus 2725 minus 750 minus 300. Okay, leaves you $775. Actually, I think I messed that up. 5,700 minus 1150 minus 2750 minus 750 minus 300 equals, yeah, 750. Okay, got $750 left over at the end of the month. Now, here's the reason why this is a problem. Your home costs, okay, are too much. Here's the reason why. Okay, and again, this is why most Americans say it's unaffordable. The home costs right here. So you got your 2725 divided by 5,700. You're looking at about 47%. 47% is how much of your gross income you are paying for your rent or mortgage, okay, to live in your home. That's too much. Your home cost should be below 30%. It's not in this case, right? Now, here's the other thing. I didn't include any extra activities, whether you go to the movie theater or there's any additional costs. I'll include one streaming service. I included a phone bill, okay, of $50 for one person. Yeah, that's it, okay? Or actually, I didn't even include a phone bill, okay? So that would take you down to $700 a month is what you have. That's for one person. Say you have a family of four. That'd be $200 a month. That would be $550 that you have left over. What if you have a thing like credit card debt, like most Americans do? Well, you factor that in as well. Maybe you pay an additional $200 a month in credit card debt. That takes you from $750 minus $200 for your phone bill of 4 people or 3 people, whatever it is. That takes you to $550 minus $200 a month for your credit cards. That takes you to $350. Let's say you have multiple streaming services. That takes you, let's say it takes additional $50 off of that. That takes you to $300. Maybe you spend more than $750 a month on food. Well, there you go. You see the issue. You see why this is an affordability crisis. And a lot of it stems off of the car payment. Again, $600 a month. Yeah, that's difficult. And so the car payment, the home costs, food's expensive. You see why this is turning into a problem, okay? The total left over right now is $750 a month. But keep in mind that if we increase the food costs, okay? We increase this by an additional $100 a month. We increase this by $50 a month. If utilities are actually a little bit more, right? If your rent is more than that, if you actually make less than this, right? And this is a household, not individual. And so again, this is the reason why I'm bringing it to your attention. So many people have been saying that I'm struggling. I just don't understand why. Go follow along and just do this with me. How much you pay for a car payment? What is the car maintenance? Now, again, I put $100 on here on average, but when I go back and look at some of the other, what other people are paying, and this includes insurance, okay, fuel, maintenance, the total car costs right about $450 a year, or a month, excuse me. $450, okay? Excuse me, didn't add that in. $650, okay? The reason why that's such a big deal is because so many people don't look at their car as the issue. They look at their home as the issue. They don't look at food as the issue. They look at, oh, I'm spending too much eating out, okay? I just won't do that. Great. Or, you know what? I need to work a couple extra hours. It's not really your choice. In many cases, it's not your choice. If your employer only gives you X amount of hours, that's all you can work. So again, I'm bringing this to your attention because so many people are not really misinformed, but they are not looking at the true numbers. So Do yourself a favor. Don't be like the majority of Americans out there and feel blindsided that you don't have enough money at the end of the month. Okay? Create a budget. Sit down, limit your expenses, increase your income if possible, and actually get through this. All right? If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, if you can, go back through and put in the comment section, how much are you making for your household? How much are you spending on your home, on your car, on food, on utilities, on all the other stuff? And figure out, do you have excess money at the end of the month, or are you in the red?